Close that.
Exit.
No, not that. Minimize that backdrop. No, not that. Minimize this.
This right here. This. You're saying this.
There's only one other thing on the screen, just for the record. And we're live. Although we should have started one step you missed. And hopefully, hi, how's everybody doing?
What?
The step you missed is supposed to put on starting soon. Remember, that's in your notes. Because this is where it's supposed to start. Good morning. Howdy, y'all. How's it going? Hootless, how's it going, Batty? We're getting set up and teaching Brad how to do the setup, but he doesn't have a proper mouse. He doesn't have a proper mouse pad, so he does not have the tools necessary to do his job.
But I did do a really good job on my first run.
And his instructions, he decided they were important, so important that he put them away when we got started.
I didn't want to lose them from the cats knock stuff off.
I wouldn't mind losing them because if you're not going to use them to get it started, it's not going to matter, is it?
Slut.
Whore.
Bitch.
Slut. Dragon, good morning.
We're starting the show off on a very positive note, as you can see. Reminds me of a song, very inspirational from a few years ago. Don't start no shit and won't be no shit. Do you all remember that? Very motivational song.
All right, Teeterbug. I know he doesn't like you, but
I do like him. Come here, I do like him.
So we are doing well. Yes, we're going to start the video too in just a second, but we're going through and getting our stuff set up. You know, like I said, the last time we talked, we changed some things around, we moved some stuff. So, you know, I want to just make one more comment that I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but it would be very, very helpful if Rook would get here about 5 minutes before the start instead of 1 minute after to get these things going.
Well, I did do. It's my first time. I have to give myself a pat on the back for the first time.
So the first time you ever met somebody to do an interview, you were late and that was good? Didn't think so.
What's that? I can't remember. That was, you know, a while ago, so. Hope you all have had a relaxing weekend. I certainly have.
Mine was relaxing until about 3 minutes ago.
The epitome of relaxation and peace.
No, in truth, it was a very good weekend so far. We're only halfway through.
Yesterday we went to a different spot, kava spot. That
Oh, you didn't? I didn't go?
I said we went to a different kava spot. Jesus. And I was going to say I felt very lost in books. It was so magical. The time went by. It was just amazing. And then the place was really cool too. They have a lot of stuff, kava, kratom. They have hookahs. They have cigars, a great coffee selection, a few food items, and I know one of the business partners of it that I work with in my mundane job, so it was really cool. But I love it. It was a day lost in the magic of books and reading. A little bit of whimsy, if you must, and a little bit of learning.
Yeah, that's great.
But then the veil shifted about 3:30. Just kidding.
Hootless has been drinking tons of kava. Well, remember, I don't drink a ton of kava. I drink more kratom, and then kava is.
I know,
just
you have to be careful.
Kind of random. The thing with kava and stuff though is you shouldn't need a lot.
But you have to figure out if you're going to places, go to the happy hours. That's what we do because there are some places, kava culture, I'll say it, they rape you on the prices. Like, no drink should be $25. So you do have to kind of find the ins and outs of the happy hours. A lot of places like Alchemist in Naples have buy one, get one free happy hour, which is great.
Hey, now, leave that. Every single one of these dogs is chewing on a brush.
So it is, or it definitely can be very expensive. Just drink a kava and playing Cyberpunk. Ooh.
That is a good combination. That's what I do.
Which version? 2077, red, 2022?
2077 is the game.
I also drink it before work, which is actually... Oh, it is. Yeah. I do on the way to work. I drink kratom. I'm not a big kava person. I'm a kratom guy. But a lot of people do like the kava. I just can't get over the taste of the kava. I do like the effects of the kava, but I don't like the taste of it very much. But a lot of people like it.
I absolutely love kava. My general process is one kava, one or two kratums, depending on what we're doing.
It
But
can be expensive.
for me, it's the environment. We do drink it at home. We're, as a matter of fact, drinking some Mitra now. But for me, it's really more about the social being out with it. So I'm going to Houston next week, which is kind of cool because there's a place called Elixir in Spring, Texas, which is near one of our northern communities that I am going to see. So I'm excited to go there and just spend a few hours in the evening reading. Pretty neat little place.
How do you drink your Cava Haven? Do you mix it? Like, I'm interested to see how you drink it. Be hootless. Like, I'll put it with diet ginger. I mean, yeah, 0 sugar ginger ale and a little bit of lemon juice, and it's pretty good. Like, are you just drinking it straight, or you're mixing it? Because it's about a shot glass worth. An ounce is what you're supposed to drink.
Yeah.
At a time.
Yeah. LaCroix. So
LaCroix.
Flavored water.
Oh.
Those are good.
LaCroix.
Yeah, it's one thing that I've learned about kava, especially if you go to a location and get the root, where they mix the actual root, and get that grittiness. The colder it is, the better it is. It's so much better when it's ice cold. But yeah, I'm excited. Our local place that I like has the Tongan version of kava, and it is the smoothest and easiest to drink. It's very good for anxiety, for giving you just a kind of a general relaxation, and just kind of having this like really nice relaxed feeling. And then the kratums, you have to be careful which one you get because they have different things that they do. We have whiskey stones, which are really cool. There's 2 different kinds that I've seen. Like, there's actual stones, which are super awesome because they stay cold forever and don't dilute. And then you have like the metal ones you can buy too for really cheap that you freeze and then can drop in a drink. Again, it doesn't water it down, but it keeps it ice cold.
So Betty, I'm sorry it's been a rough weekend. I hope the winds shift a little bit for you.
Yeah.
Hey, unexplained.
Unexplained. No, they don't taste like whiskey at all. Unexplained. They have no flavor. They're just stones, and they're meant for use in whiskey. Especially when you like your whiskey neat and not on the rocks. That way you get the ice cold whiskey, but you get the flavor without it watering down. That's kind of the purpose of the whiskey stones. So a lot of times in kava and kratom both, they need to be cold, but they get watered down. They're nowhere near as good when they're watered down. So you use whiskey stones, which again are just basically stones that are ice cold, to keep the drink cold without putting any water in it. Yeah. No, we haven't turned it on yet. We did have it on, but we're doing some training for the video this morning. So we kind of went back and did a couple of things. We'll go ahead and get the video on.
Hello.
Good morning.
Oh, what did you push?
Mystic Manny, circle cast and transition.
Circle cast transition. Good morning.
Hello. Yay,
paranormal witch. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, they just call them whiskey stones because that's kind of where most people use them because, like I said, people like their whiskey neat instead of a watered down.
Hey, Kelvin.
So it keeps them from watering down.
Thank you for stopping by this Sunday.
So I want to go back to Batty. Where did it go? Rough this weekend. I hope that the week wasn't as bad. Hellgate Satan. I have a hoodie that looks like this one that I've been wearing, and it's funny. But you're right. But I want to send out a couple of things energy-wise.
Energetically?
2 things.
There's some energy in here.
Make sure you didn't hit a button there. Oh, you dropped the important stuff. I'm going to take your toys away from you if you can't manage them properly.
My energy is very
yes,
good.
It is.
It's very good.
I don't agree.
Pause this.
Chaotic.
All right, let me plug this in and leave it be. Ooh, creativity.
Why do you have that on?
Oh, I used to. I wanted to check how the the title showed up. But I used to chat through there, but I don't have to do that anymore unless this mouse starts working. Being weird. Creativity.
Fun times. So, I have not yet done my candle magic. I created the candle, but I haven't lit it and done my little incantation, which I'm going to do today as soon as we're done in here. And I have a secondary blue candle that I'm going to use for the Mending Guild. The Mending Guild is the every fourth Thursday, which will be this Thursday. I'm sorry, Tuesday. Every fourth Tuesday, which will be this Tuesday, the 24th, so day after tomorrow. We're going to hold a meeting in Discord. If there's anybody that you're having difficulty with, or anybody who's having health issues, anybody that needs some healing, even if it's you, can just hop in, and probably going to talk a little bit about things, a little bit about ancestor work, a little bit about healing work. I'm going to burn my blue candle. Well, Brad's going to burn my blue candle because I won't be here. I'll be in New York, actually.
When do you want me to burn it? What day?
Tuesday, when we have the meeting at 8 o'clock
okay.
Eastern.
I will burn it. Yeah.
So, yeah. So, like I said, I'm doing our candle too. We do them whenever we need to. We do them, but then I'm having one set up every time we do the Healing Guild. It just won't be local. So,
I like your idea. Should we do? Well, if we have enough candles, depending on. Like your idea of the two realms, like a candle here and a candle there, lit for the same things, or no, for those healings. Like how when we do the ritual. Dual. What is the actual word used? Term used?
Dual elements.
Dual elements. Maybe, or we should like the dual elements candles to represent that. When we like the other ones, or no?
If you're calling the circle.
Okay. Maybe I will. And we did start and have kind of drafted a new circle casting.
Look
right?
at him.
Oh, Bubba. Oh no.
You can have it.
What is it?
You can have it.
It's paper.
It's not paper.
Oh, what was that?
It's a tiny little piece of my quesadilla that broke off.
Oh, okay.
This is the booger.
Creativity.
I thought he wanted to be with me. All he wanted was this damn piece of quesadilla.
And crafting Twisted Chaos, I found is a really good way to. Ooh, it kind of that channels that energy and helps to decompress, and it's fun.
Yeah. And Manny, I have mine right here that I dressed and insigniated for my sister. It's got I did a sigil, I did some healing. I did, kind of like a Cancer Sucks candle with a line around it that when the candle melts past the line, cancer can't pass kind of deal. So I'm excited to light that today. We'll do that right after we're done here. And then I've dressed a blue candle for general healing for our Mending Guild on Tuesday. So if you can't make it on Tuesday at 8 Eastern, that's perfectly fine. Just put something in Discord in the healing section, and we'll speak for you.
We can. Ooh, the Accelerated Necromancer. Oh, Dragon gives all the good books.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch in here that I just saw that we'll have to catch up on. In the general chat or general section in the Discord, it's the healing Reiki request section you can put in there, or this anywhere really. We'll keep it together there, but
when did we first start doing this?
Creativity is a key component in getting your which is funny because Twisted Chaos, as soon as you got that stress out of your head, what came back?
Bless you.
The stuff that matters.
Oh, daily candles. Oh, that's cool. I like the sound of that. Daily candles?
That
sounds cool. Like
sorry, I snizzled. The Gemini Rain, welcome.
Blessed
morning.
Be. Welcome. Gemini
Very
Rain.
Much so.
Gemini Rain.
We have an unfortunate delay. Even though we're not on a delay, it Gemini Rain tends to go up to 15 seconds, probably because of our internet. So sometimes we don't see stuff quickly, and sometimes we move on to topics before we're done with a topic, before you guys are done with the topic. So we're trying to actually be better about that, letting us put some filler words in there here and there to make sure there's no more content coming through or questions before we move on. That way everybody doesn't feel like they're getting whiplash as we change subjects back and forth. Candle magic is a great thing. Creativity in any way is a great thing. If you don't feel like you're a creative person, you should try diamond art. I don't feel very creative sometimes. I know my creativity is more with words. than it is with like drawing and typical art. But we got ourselves into diamond painting. Haven't done it recently, which we need to do, but it is total. It gets your creativity going, gets your kind of just whole thing moving. Well, if you love our dog, wait till you see the other 6 of them.
Look at this one. I don't know if she's hiding. Can you see her? This is Mademoiselle Ma Petite Poissette Astra. Ma Petite for short. She's the smallest dog with the longest name.
And Finnegan St. Bernard.
Give her a kiss.
Finnegan St. Bernard thinks he's much bigger than he is. And then you'll see our 2 big white fluff balls running around here. And then the other 3 Chihuahuas are somewhere.
Thank you, Gemini Rain.
Thank you.
Today.
You know, Tabati,
weaving?
I really want to get into weaving. Do you know what got me into wanting to do weaving? Like basket weaving, all kinds of weaving, even like, because I crochet. I'm not good at like following patterns and stuff and making things. I just crochet squares and that's basically it. Is the breeds crosses. When we did them, I did a third one up there because the dogs ate one of them.
This just came up like for me yesterday in one of the books I was reading, weaving and crocheting and stuff.
I love crocheting, but my problem is
what it was.
I can't focus on it long enough. I lose my focus and then I lose my count and then it gets all lopsided.
It's a good way to focus. Oh, I think it was for people with ADHD and ADHD is a good spiritual way to ground was weaving and stuff. That's where I read it. My books. Cool.
Love that. Definitely want to do some weaving. And yes, Chaos, once the stress is gone, the parts of you that are best always come back. And you know it's really excited. I'm not going to give too much information. Brad and I were talking about you yesterday. And one of the things
and it wasn't nice on my point. Just kidding.
Probably not.
It was. I love you.
One of the things that just came to my mind that I said, I'm like, probably one of the most memorable moments of your current lifestyle or life timing is going to be that you chose yourself over the job and realize that it's not a failure. It's not a miss. It's not lacking. It's not that you're not good enough or that you couldn't hack it. It's that you chose yourself over a very toxic environment. And that is a value that you just can't put on things.
Tina.
But once those things are cleared, right? Once you choose yourself over those things, a lot of creativity comes back. And creativity, like I used to think of creativity as this thing that's out there. And like, yeah, it's creativity. We do it. We're creative. Creativity is just life. You take your time and you do life. You make things and do things and feel things. And the things that you do is creativity. It's reading a book is creativity of how you imagine what's going on in the book. It's just so different when you look at it from that perspective. It's really easy.
And through that, for me, I think it helps you kind of reconnect to yourself.
Yeah.
In a way.
And the earth and everything around you.
And ground. Anchor yourself, right?
Writing in words is my real creativity. Like that's what I was good at. But I haven't written I've written one, maybe 2 poems in the last 30 years. And before that, up until I was 19 or 20, so 25 years, I had, and I'm not kidding when I tell you, like 5 subject matter notebooks. I had like 10 of them full of stuff.
Oh, I love those.
That an asshole threw away.
Well, I love the, what's it called? The ones you don't like. What are they called? Oh God. Like what? All different colors. Can't think of it now. Composition notebooks.
I hate composition notebooks.
I love them.
You know what I hate about them? The binding.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I can't write on the back of them. I can write on the front pages, but on the back they flop up too hard, and I can't get my hand in the space properly to write. That's the only reason.
Yes, that's true, Twisted. That's very true.
And yes, Gemini, absolutely huge part of healing, cleansing the soul, and just day to day. I'm gonna copy your name. Left foot, right foot is. When people tell me they're having a bad day, I'm just like, oh, left foot, right foot, which really isn't even a good one.
Here's my mom. Be nice. This is Primrose. She has a sister, Piper. She wanted to say hello. Say hello over there. Oh, thank you, kisses. Hello. You're sweet. She's very sweet.
She is. Piper.
She loves to cuddle.
Uppies.
She likes to see what's going on.
Uppies. Come on, uppies.
Yeah, she likes to see what's going on.
Come on, uppies. There we go. I don't know if you can see Piper, but Piper's the little one.
They are literally sisters.
Yeah. Oh, my babies.
You're my sister.
If everyone put in 100% at work, no one would need to do extra. The problem most of the time is people choosing boundaries instead of leaning in and getting it done.
Baby.
You know,
Thank you. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you.
if I take that at face value, I probably think I could take it wrong. But I'm gonna spin it a little bit, Hootless, because
this is my baby.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, Remy Rose. Ooh, look at them Chiefs.
She's vicious.
When it comes down to it, like even, I think part of the problem with work is the expectations that some certain people put on, especially sometimes the bosses, right? Ma petite. Chihuahuas thinks she's bigger than she is.
Be kind to your sister. You be kind.
Very protective when she's up there. Anyway, so I don't know. Like, I think part of the problem isn't really even boundaries. I think the boundaries are necessary when people at work don't respect you in a certain way. Oh, hi, welcome to desktop. I don't know who changed that, Bradley. I mean,
energetically, I think it probably was Primrose or the Fae.
Probably was Primrose.
I think it was the Fae through Primrose.
That's funny.
There's tricksters in the house.
Glad we don't have anything inappropriate up.
Tricksters in the house. Tricksters in the house.
However, something else has changed.
What happened?
Yeah, Hootless. I don't know that, like, and I'm a pretty high up executive. What I feel like the problem isn't people choosing boundaries. It's the job making people feel like they can't have a boundary. I don't expect my employees to put in 100% at all times because I know that they're human beings, and some days they only have 70% to give. And when they do that, my other team works in and fills in the gaps. And guess what? When they don't, I do. And as a boss, my general mentality is, and I saw this written years ago, is, and I think I found it again recently and shared it on my Facebook. You know, if my employees are failing and everything else is going around, then it's me that needs to pick up the slack, because I got to figure out what the issue is and either guide that person to doing it or move them along.
Ooh. I also read something on that subject, boundaries. And
I understand.
Boundaries are good, but do we use boundaries as blockers too, and as walls from being connected? Sometimes.
Oh, I know what happened.
What happened?
Logitech display change.
Oh, did I do something wrong?
No, the dog probably hit a button because her feet were in there. Okay, we're back. So now you know what our desktop looks like when we're trying to keep track of how we're looking up there. So not that you can't when we turn our tarot cam on, right? I'm not saying this the way I want to say it, because I think Be Hootless makes a really good point that people really should pull their weight and really give 100%, give their all, like the right amount, because A, you should love your job, and B, you should feel good about what you're doing and have something back on it, and really kind of do the thing. And Hootless, I see that, but they shouldn't work more than 40 hours. Your company should provide enough people to work so that they don't need to work 40 hours. Or divvy up the work so that it shouldn't take more than 40. You know, and the workhorses, you're really the ones choosing to pick it up and not setting the boundary and allowing it to happen.
I see what he's coming from.
I do too.
The point he's coming from, because I have the same, like, similar.
Yeah, but we disagree on this a lot, because
we disagree a lot on this. Yeah.
Because I'm a nurse by trade, and as a nurse, I go in and I work my ass off for my 8 hours. I deserve to go home at the end of my shift. That's what I got paid for. And if I have to work harder, and I do, we worked harder, we stayed late, we did all the extra work.
Years.
That's not because other people didn't put in 100%. That's because the management and supervisor team didn't hold people accountable. It's not about people working more than 8 hours a day, in my opinion. It's about having a company, an organization that sets a standard that people shouldn't be working more than 40 hours a week in their life. They should be able to have a life, and that they need to hold people accountable to do the work that they're supposed to do in the first place. If I'm a hard worker, I've always been, and guess what it got me? Nothing extra. I got nothing extra out of that.
Or work with the team to be more productive than they are.
That's
the other members.
What it needs to be. The that's why I mean.
Get them out.
Like
somebody else.
My personal response is if I see you putting in 120 and you putting in 80, and that's a constant, I'm at fault as the boss. Because I'm not setting the standard and putting up. I need to be picking up that extra time, and it's my fault. So I figure it out. But yes, I know what you mean.
That's what. But I didn't know that you were a janitor, Kelvin. I love that. I did it for like almost a year. I had it as a second job. I just resigned, but I loved it, and I loved it because unlike my main job, I didn't have anybody around me. I could literally, it was almost meditative, like sweeping and taking out the trash, and I had my ritual, right? Like the order I did things, and it was very satisfying because I could see the effects of what I did like immediately. So that's so cool. I didn't know you were a janitor.
Yeah, me either.
Nice.
Yeah, I and Hula's not judging or saying that you're incorrect or different. I think that it's just a perspective difference. I was raised by a Depression era grandparent, was basically my mom, and she instilled in us that we work hard no matter what other people do, and other people just they won't work together as a team, and it's so depressing. So I get what you're saying. It's in other words, if everybody's working as a team and properly holding their own, everybody would be able to do the job together, and you'd be done. You wouldn't have to worry about that. So that makes complete sense. Oh, excuse me. Chaos's specific situation, though, not my situation to share, was not that at all.
Gaslighter, denier, doing anything to get your ass farther.
Gaslighting in healthcare is insane.
Gemini rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And they make you feel guilty, like.
Yeah, and
like if you don't stay 10 hours every day, sometimes could be. I'm really big. I run a nursing home. Like I oversee the operations of a nursing home. That's what I've done. Nursing home administrator for years, and I insist. I literally walk to my managers and everybody else every day and say, "Hey, what you got going on? You've been here a lot." Or if they stay late or go in the night, I'm saying, "You're taking off like another day this week, right? Or leaving home early," and I make them use their earned time off. When we started, they literally would block off blocks of time. One was December for 2 weeks. You can't take vacation here this time. It's Christmas. Da 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 da. I don't give a damn what time it is. Or they used to do it when we were expecting a state survey. Well, now that could be any time within 2 years. I told them, I don't care what's going on. You've earned your time. I insist that you use it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, we've never heard that before. Absolutely.
I am constantly yelling at my team to like, why are you on the phone on vacation? Well, you're busy. I don't care. You're off. Shut it off. It's insane. It's insane. Anyway, that was a really good intro topic. I like that.
Yeah.
That was fun.
The illusion of isolation. What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, do you want to talk about what we're reading first?
Yeah.
All right. What are you reading, sir?
I am reading 2 books at the moment.
Cool.
I'm still doing the Wisdom of Souls, or Destiny of Souls. Second book in the series. I've made some progression in it. It's very interesting to learn and hear how many different people's experiences under hypnosis are the same across different groups. And that's really interesting to kind of see that path, that these people are having similar experiences despite, not knowing each other, and being done in a scientific research type setting. It's very nice. It's very interesting. It's very rewarding to read, and a lot of it's coordinating with some other things that I've read in other places and making sense about how what happens to the soul after death, before death, in between death. What's the astral plane? What's all of that about? Is it real? Do we die? What do we do after where we go when we die, and all that stuff? I don't have doubts that some kind of consciousness goes forward after this life. I know a lot of people will tell me that's wishful thinking because I'm afraid of death, but it's because of that I'm not afraid of death. Because if there is nothing, then that's okay. If there's nothing, then there's nothing, and I'm not going to be any less for it. But if I believe that there is something, then I'll be more for it, right? And I think that our bodies are manifestations of our souls in an imperfect way, and that's why they have so much trouble. But that book is really meaningful to that, and I will. I'm not ever going to do a book review. It's not my thing. But what we do like to do is make little series about books that we've read and kind of share what we've learned about them. So the Kabbalion is one we're still working through. We need to get caught up on that and do some more videos. But we're working through that when we're like about 30% through it. After that one, I am going to be doing the Journey of Souls, and I think I'm going to try to set it up as a kind of like a discussion format video. It's very neat. And then the other book I'm reading is the Flowering Wand.
You want me to take it up to the camera, or will it
Yeah,
work here?
if you want.
Sure.
The Flowering Wand. I have a hard time saying flowering. This book was actually bought for me by Rook and recommended by Rook, and Rook got it recommended by somebody else. Storm, right?
Yes. Well, in that Black Rose.
In Black Rose group. So far, it's a very, very quick read. One thing I love about it is it's really connecting the old Earth, and old mythology and old Earth goddesses and gods to the mycelia, to the mushrooms, to the spores, to the Earth itself. It's very, very Earth related, very, very feminine in its delivery of rebuilding the sacred masculine. The one thing I don't like about it so far is there is judgment, in my opinion, from the author.
Oh, yeah.
That is visible in the writing. Her anger at, I think, the demasculinization in her thought process does show through a little bit. I'm not saying it's bad, and I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm just saying it feels weird being a guy reading about it, the sacred masculine, and that the woman feels frustrated about some of these situations. That being said, completely understand why and how that comes through, but it does come through in the book, and that's visible. And for somebody who, like myself, I have a very hard time with the sacred feminine, just not being and just being afraid of it, really, because of the gay thing, right? I was very afraid of being seen as feminine, so I blocked that out for the good first 20 years of my life, and then only needed like 20 to 25, maybe even 30, did I really start thinking and working with the sacred feminine specifically to kind of grow that part of myself. And I think I did really well. I need to do more. But then what I did is I completely lost the masculine side and didn't have a good understanding of what it was. This book has been very helpful in refocusing that. With the most important thing that I've noted in that, and I want to talk about this later today, maybe we'll do some videos on it, is the and I don't know if I'm saying it right, the Thyrsus, which we've talked about before.
Yeah, Thyrsus,
we've talked about it before, with Beltane celebrations with joy and other things, and we've talked about it being the flowering wand. And I have an aversion to floral, and I think it's part of my aversion to the feminine. So I want to actually bought a staff.
Oh, cool!
Just a wood stick that I want to adorn and develop into a flowering staff, which is what a Thyrsus is, or Thyrsus. Don't know how to say it right. And I want to take that and use it to reevaluate that the sacred masculine isn't a shield and a sword. It's the flowering wand of creation that sprouts forth new life, new vegetation, new world, new things. And that's a lot of what this book seems to be about at this point. We're still early on in it, but it's very profound, very excellent. I highly recommend it, and I'm only 30 pages in. Highly recommend it at this point.
That's our Beltane craft with Thyrsus, maybe.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to wait till May.
I mean, but we could do it. I'd like to make one.
Well, the stick that I ordered might have been what was delivered. That's what I'm waiting for from Etsy. It was $30.
Oh, okay.
But when you order something from Etsy, kind of like Temu, it might be this tall. It's supposed to be this tall, but it might be for miniatures.
And it's so for me, I would do like artificial flowers and things.
Oh, yeah, I want it to be permanent.
So it could be permanent.
Yeah.
Unless it's something you could change out like very often, like weekly or something.
Yeah. And before we go back, and I want to hear what you're reading too, but it is hard not to pick up on others' writings and intentions. And it definitely is more perceivable now than it used to be, Gemini. But I will say she's not mean about it. It's not like it's negative. It's just I can hear like this frustration with basically the masculine coming into things and completely rewrite. And let's not even say the masculine, the church.
That's where it ties to. Ultimately, her point is like
the church comes in and changes it to being this
shield and
cohesive
sword
thing into this wealth and control and strength. Strength is
which
different.
It was. I mean, that's the truth. They did do it.
Mm-hmm.
But
they did.
I like the other views of the other points she makes better than those, I would say.
All right. Tell me about what you're reading. I want to check the door and see if that was it.
I want to know, and I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I would love to hear about what the 7 minutes is. Gemini Rain. So I'm gonna try to look that up. You tell me where to look. So I am also reading The Flowering Wand because I signed up for a program almost 6 years ago. Black Rose Witchcraft, and I would get started and stopped. I have my ADHD diagnosis. It's just been on and on. But now I am getting into it with a mentor, and it's very exciting. So I found out about the book The Flowering One through that group, Black Rose Witchcraft, and I'm also reading as part of my studies Betwixt and Between by Storm Fairybolt. I'm entering into the program. It's just awesome. So I've always been drawn to Pagan characters. Tried to work with them, but when I was ignorant and had some pretty bad effects on me. So I'm reading Betwixt and Between as part of my Black Rose Witchcraft studies, and it's really good. And so the topic came with the wording of it from this book Betwixt and Between forward. Orion Fox. Talks about the illusion of isolation. I'll talk about it in a little bit. This is the other book I'm reading, The Flowering One and Betwixt and Between by Storm Fairybolt. I really like it.
That's awesome.
I'm so interested in the fairy tradition, and now I'm getting into the study of it. So Black Rose Witchcraft has a lot to do with it.
Yep, and I'm gonna learn Black Rose through you, and then maybe one day I'll get involved with it too. But
And then I'm gonna go into Blue Rose. Well, let's see if I connect with Storm through this, which we'll see. We'll both see together.
mm-hmm.
But Blue Rose is
I think I have a
only an apprenticeship program, and you have to do Black Rose first. So I hope that'll be. But you know, one thing I really like about Black Rose, I'm not gonna do a commercial Black Rose.
What are you eating?
What are you doing? Is that it's not Wicca, it's witchcraft. And in my one-to-one meeting session with Storm, he made sure to tell me, my mentor, that this is all about, we put the foundation of our group, of our studies, as a guideline, but anything, and this is the first group like this that's told me. I've had really bad experiences with
That's why I won't do any.
Sacred Miss, Feth Fiata, Grey School of Wizardry, to name those three, about you have to do it this way, or you're wrong. And to hear someone who's very, experienced, as Storm is, and certainly probably very knowledgeable, to say that this is a guideline. It's all about what feels right to you. And it was very refreshing. And that's how I kind of knew, okay, I can stick with him. I can stick with this.
That's good.
So we'll see.
Because it's rare.
It's rare, and
I mean, everybody wants you to be a third-degree dedicant of their thing, not to help you be the best thing you can be. And that's what's frustrating.
Yeah, and he literally told me, it's not my goal to get you into my group, my coven, or Blue Rose, or whatever. If you come, my goal is, as a teacher, if you come to this program and say, hey, this isn't for me, but you have connected me to Buddhism. He's like, I have done my job. I have never heard one of these schools say that. And it's just it's very refreshing. It gives me chills. So I'm very excited.
That's awesome. I want you to share stuff with me, which reminds me of something else I wanted to bring up. As you know, Rook and I are trying to figure out how to get some of the things that we really enjoy doing up for classes, for services to provide other people, for a very inexpensive price. We're going to do that. But also, I have been talking about taking on, not an apprentice, because I'm not a master in that way, but taking on and having interactions with people who want to learn more about what we do. What we do, we call the Eclectic Prism Society, which is basically a hodgepodge of things that we've learned all over the years that we are currently putting it down on paper and in writing, figuratively on paper, to kind of explore, and it's not about, like you said, it's not about saying here's how you do this. It's here's what we've done and what's worked for us. Here's what we've learned. Here's what we've had, and we want to share that with people in a way that really helps you decide what works for you. I've had a lot of changes in my practice in the last, I'd say, 2 or 3 years, especially with the left-hand path and Setsionism.
Love you, Mystic Manny.
No worries. Thanks for stopping in.
Miss your face.
But I think it's really, really interesting to kind of have these conversations with people. And again, from a perspective of, how can we learn from each other? Which is, again, we talk about this every week. This is why we do what we do. It's not for us to tell you what to do. It's for us to all see things together. Hootless, I want to come back to you because I don't know who Sam Harris is. I will tell you, I am a devoted follower of Mayim Bialik. We've talked about her before. If you haven't checked out Mayim Bialik, you may know her from The Big Bang Theory as Dr. Amy Fowler. I always say Amy Fowler. Amy Farrah Fowler. On The Big Bang or Blossom, if you're even older like me.
In my opinionation.
And she has her Mayim Bialik's breakdown, which really started as an exploration of neuroscience, neurocognitive, psychology, all that stuff. And she's really kind of still there, but she's morphed it into, how do I bring in my religious beliefs? She's Jewish, I believe. She doesn't talk about it specifically a lot, but, she has beliefs. She believes in God, but she also has brought on people like the one I just watched with, oh God, what's his name now? I can't think of it. But anyway, very prominent people. And she's open to hearing what this is and what's this going, what is this thing happening with how, it functions within the mind, and is the soul real? And the way that she approaches it, with her, I don't know if he's her husband or partner, Jonathan, is just, oh my God, phenomenal. If you want to hear about near-death experiences, but also about like true psychological neurocognitive things, she's amazing. I'm going to check out Sam Harris. I would be interested if you don't mind sharing what is controversial about him, because I just looked him up on the internet real quick. Looks like somebody I'd be really interested in learning. But Mayim Bialik, and it's just the way that she approaches it. And her honesty about it, and with Jonathan, who is very spiritual, her partner, and she is very pragmatic. It's insane. I'm obsessed with her. I listen to it on the plane. I re-listen to things. I take notes when she talks. I've even used my AI note recorder to try to summarize things because I can't get them back out the same way. And she talks a lot about she's real big on ADHD and on depression and all of these. It's just amazing. But I absolutely love her, as you can tell. Michael Singer, that's who the interview I'm watching right now. Michael Singer is really well known in the spiritual space. She had on, I don't know, there's just so many. There's one that I've told Brad that we have to watch together again, and we've only done part of it because the impact that it has. Joe Dispenza, if you've ever heard of him, he's big on Gaia.
Rewiring your brain.
Rewiring your brain. Yeah. It's how much when they talk, it's like you think it's foo-foo science if you're a real I'm a Virgo, I'm a very scientific brain. But when you hear them talking, it's like, that just makes sense. And it works.
I'm going to try to put a link to her if she has a website, but my mouse is
Kelvin,
too janky.
Kelvin, we're going to get you one of these. I'm going to order one. I have 4 of them. Kelvin, look into her more, man. She is chef's kiss, amazing. The other one that I'm going to highly recommend is, and I don't know if he still goes under this, and I forget his name every time, Genetically Modified Skeptic. Genetically Modified Skeptic. He's an atheist. He's very big in the Church of Humanism as far as advocacy and support. And he is amazing. He's very, very raw and just, dude is so freaking smart. I can't even. But he's. I don't know. You'd like him. I think you guys would learn a lot from him. So, Sam Harris, and we are going to go back to get your other comments, guys. I don't want you to feel like we missed you out because I want to go back because this is really exciting and it's not our topic, but we're going to get to it.
No, hey, this is fun. Whatever comes up to me.
Sam Harris is a known spokesperson of the atheist community. Yep. Good friends with Richard Dawkins. Yeah, okay. Christopher Hitchens. I don't know him. Very political in the Trump era, which is why he's polarizing. I can see that. Um, anything to do with Trump or Biden or anybody is going to be polarizing no matter how you look at it.
Yeah.
I have come to the personal realization that I have a really hard time dealing with anything Trump, but I also recognize that I can't just shut that out as much as I want to, because if I do, then that closes any opportunity to grow, even for me.
I do
It's
as
just
well. And
not possible.
I also have a big problem with like with the Epstein files, and now why are people saying they're going to release this? Because why didn't you release it now when you knew it was before, when you knew it was wrong? That's my problem. I mean, I'm glad they're doing it now, but it's like if you really cared and thought it was that wrong, you would have said this years ago or whatever. So it's that's kind of disconnecting for me on both sides. And it just leads me to know that, God, we need like a libertarian party or somebody totally different. We need to fire all of those people. Probably 85% of those people that are in the Senate and Congress.
We need to shoot the bird. The left wing and right wing are dead.
They're all the same thing to me, and control. And although others have more couth and I think do have some more humanistic views, but there's things that are just like, that's pretty obvious.
Not to make it political, and I'm not gonna say anything else on it, but I feel like if we back down all of the media, all the politics and everything, and you just have left versus right person in a room having a conversation, things are very different.
Yeah.
I am hardcore anti-Trump, but that doesn't mean that anybody who comes into this chat and has a conversation should also have to be hardcore anti-Trump. I will probably react emotionally because Trump represents the bully of my entire life who has made me, that I've had to overcome. I mean, that is a really important part of life in general, but I definitely invite anybody who supports Trump in to listen what we talk to.
Yeah.
And we won't be rude or negative to individuals specifically. I will be to politicians who make stupid comments, but to an individual person who I don't know, I'm not going to get into you're a fucking idiot. I can't stand the whole, libtard Trumplicans and all that stuff. That's just
Republicans. I mean, it's funny, but I don't really think
it just does nothing.
Good. It does nothing.
It does nothing. It helps nothing. But yeah, very good points too. Gemini and Behootless, even Maya Bialik. I'm 1,000 support. I will support her forever. But she has said some things. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. It is what it is, and that's part of being human.
I just need people that are gonna be pro people, like pro
people,
the earth, pro the world. What like really,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that there are people like that, but it's just these distraction. I call them anchor distractions that are thrown out with trans and all that stuff. That nobody gives a damn. We live in a red state.
Very
and
red state.
There is nobody in 8 years that I've lived here that gives a shit about that. Like, when it comes down to it, they talk about things. Where are the jobs? What's going on with the city? Why are we building all these fucking 100 car washes and storage places? What do we need for Florida? How can we protect our state? Let's get rid of property taxes for homeowners that live here 60% of the year.
Yeah.
Who's kind? Like, I've gone into the most, I don't know what you call it, not masculine, but like what, old-fashioned, old-time barbershop, and sitting in there was somebody my age, 47. Somebody was about 70, and then the barber and owner was probably like in his 30s, and then another dude that was in his 20s, and all they were talking about was shooting the shit about everyday stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about all these dumb things. It's really, I will say that about Florida. My experience has been live your life. Now, of course, there are a lot of Trump supporters here, but I think all those things just distract us from our humanity.
Yeah, the one thing that I do wish in general would be, like, I know we haven't experienced it, but we're also cis white men who have money and we're not hurting for things, so we don't necessarily experience some of the same things they do. My biggest wish would be that people just would be like, I don't like trans people, but I'm going to fight for your ability to be trans because you should be allowed to be, if you want. That's all I care about. Like, that's really the underpinning of everything I believe in and want to see in the United States is everybody here has the right for the pursuit of happiness and try to follow their dreams. And if their dream is, I am I was born with a penis and I'm not supposed to have one, and I am a woman, then that is what you are, even if I don't believe it and I don't agree with it and I don't think that's true. I do, but even if I didn't, none of my fucking business. I think you should be able to do that because you are searching for your truth. Maybe it is something that'll change later. Maybe not. I don't know.
And then women can do what they want to do with their bodies. I mean,
and no 4-year-old.
Nobody should be telling us we can't smoke weed, we can't have abortions, we can't marry women. Like, of course, should there be things to where a point it's considered like murder? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't
murder. That's a big one.
I don't support going through. I don't support I was not abortion, but I don't know if I were a woman, and I'm not, so I will not speak on it. But I do support
I'll speak
men
on it.
and people not controlling what you do with your body. Smoke weed, have abortions, marry who you want.
I'll speak on abortions.
I mean,
I don't think they're good.
Business.
I don't want. I don't like abortions, but I don't think that I have the right to make that final decision.
That's right, to Betty. I agree with that.
Not my thing. But what I will say is, and I
Kelvin.
know this of the trans group community, there are no 4-year-olds or 8-year-olds getting gender reassignment surgery.
I see where you're coming from, Gemini Rain, and I think something that permanent, I think you
100%.
should have to wait until you're an adult, and you can make the decision psychologically,
by the way,
and physically for your body. I agree with you on that.
I did not see your comment when I said what I said, so that's not a response to you.
Yeah, no.
I was saying something else. Yep. I don't agree with putting children through surgery, but I don't know that they're, out of all of the people, from what I've seen, I can't find anything that shows that is a thing ever. Like, I haven't been able to find one case. I'm sure there probably is, which I think would be terrible. But I think as a 10-year-old, I knew I was gay. I knew it wasn't a phase. I don't think if that, instead of being gay, I'm using it as a transition here. If that was me feeling like a woman, I wouldn't want to transition. Wouldn't want to have transitioned then either. But I do feel like I could let my mom and dad, if they were good people, know that trusted me and said, "Look, you're a kid." But parents who listen to their kids, guess what? Kids grow up to be really good people. So listen to your child if they say they're trans. Don't joke them. Don't make fun of them. Give them a space where they feel comfortable to say who they are and be who they are. Then you're not going to fight about them trying to run away to get the puberty blockers, right?
We had one of our friends actually went through this recently, and she handled it, very well. And I agree. I don't think you should have surgery until you're an adult to make that decision of that nature. I'm sorry.
But until then, I'm going to create an environment where you feel loved for who you are.
Course.
You can express who you are. You can be who you are. You can follow through with it. Yep, 100%.
Yeah, no, I get. It's just, if you chop off your penis, you can't. If it's removed, change your mind. You can't get that back. Like, literally, one day, if you have breasts put on, I mean, like, you can have them off. That's a lot of money. I just think psychologically, the kids, because I was a young gay person from a very young age, you're dealing with enough with your hormones to be comfortable with where your mind space is at, and I just don't think. But
imagine throwing on top of it that you are in the wrong body. Do you know how insecure we all are with our body? Like in the locker room changing when I was 11 years old, and I'm looking at 11 years old, I'm looking at other guys trying to sneak a peek, and getting caught and being chastised for it because I was a dirty little kid, I guess, and being humiliated and being so uncomfortable with my own body. That's terrifying. So I think the moral of my story, 2 things. Repeating to Gemini Rain, I appreciate what you said. Just remember what you said in the chat is I agree with you. What I was saying, I think I was like I didn't see that. So I didn't want you to think I was responding to what you were saying, like aggressively, because that was aggressive. Anyway, what Chaos said, let them be whoever that is. Give them the environment, right, to be who they are. Explain to them why. Look, I don't think it's a good idea for you to do this, but I want you to know that I'm going to support you. And together, when you turn 18, we're going to reach a decision, and I'm going to help you figure that out. And if you do, we're going to help. The problem is, if you are a boy that really feels like they are a woman, once that transition starts, puberty, you do get stuck with those things for your life. the body changes that happen, even if you start hormone therapy later. If you are a male that wants to transition, or a female that wants to transition to male, you start the testosterone and you build those characteristics. Puberty blockers don't matter then, right? But for a male who's going through puberty, who does not want to be a male, or doesn't feel that they're a male, they have to go through that very trauma. It's like being traumatized. It's like being locked up as something you're not, to be forced to wait till you're 18 to start a puberty blocker. That's the only thing that I have a problem with.
And that's why
agree
you
with
can
surgery. Can't do surgery. Can't do anything that's permanent. But puberty blockers can be reversed. If you are a boy but you're young and think you're a female or want to be a woman, and you do puberty blockers, you can delay puberty and still go through full male puberty later, at a later age. So I don't understand it. I kind of am in the middle about that part, you know? So I have trouble with that, because I also think you should wait till you're 18, definitely for surgery, but even for puberty blockers. But then there's that one instance that I'm having a problem with.
And I know from experience, not from trans experience, I don't understand that, because that's not my life. But you can be a 1,000,000% supporter of these kids through being there for them, through talking with them, through getting educated with them. You can support them 1,000,000%, through that time without the surgery, because my mom did that for me as a young gay person. And I remember the first time that I was a young adult, I was, and was able to talk to my grandparents, who they're all really conservative and they just don't understand this kind of stuff. But I was really sad. I visited my grandmother. She goes, "Why are you sad? Are you sad because of your breakup with Roy?" So I was dating with, and that's the first time we talked about it. And I was able to talk to her. So you can be that, like, the conversation is what I'm trying to say, and being able to discuss it means so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just being there and talking with your kids, it means a lot.
That's what I think. I think if we know that kids don't have the right judgment, but they do know who they are. They don't have the blocks that we have. So just having a good relationship with your child and listening to them really, I think, would fix a lot of these problems.
Letting them know they can talk to you about stuff, and that nothing is taboo. That's my mom. I could talk to her about anything, no matter if I did something. There was my grandmother too. I kind of feel bad. I probably gave him a heart attack with some of the topics that I brought up, but I could go to my mom with anything, and almost my grandmother, and I never felt there's nothing that I couldn't talk to my mom about, whether it was something that I did or was thinking. It was really nice. That makes a huge difference.
It does. Yep. I think that this has been a very fun conversation. I enjoy it. I think.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, that is really nice. And I think that the real idea is going back up to Batty. I am in the same boat. Like, surgery is too permanent for me. That's why I think we should wait. But I also don't think a kid is going to be like, "I hate you, Mom, because you won't let me get gender reassignment surgery."
Right.
If you have a good relationship with them and really converse with them and explain to them, "Look, I hear you. I know you. I don't think it's a phase, but there are certain things we just need to do, and I'm going to let you do it." But puberty blockers is the one thing where I disagree with some people, where I think, like, at 13, if I'm starting to show signs of puberty and I think that I might not be a male, I think puberty blockers should be an option. I think they should be required to have the right kind of therapist, to have the right kind of intervention, to have open dialogue with family. Unfortunately, the truth of the matter is most families aren't going to have open dialogue, and that's why this becomes a contentious point.
And I don't know anything about what puberty blockers are, so I can't comment.
Gender is not sex. Puberty blocker, all it does is it prevents puberty for onset.
But what I do feel like was put into words, like within this book, that what I do understand is that we assign what we ought to or want to love way too early.
Yes.
Nameless. What was it?
For sure.
That totally resonates with me. Like, why do we put on our ideals of who we love? Why don't we meet whoever that is and allow that to just happen? There's too much pressure. You got to be married. You got to have kids. You got to do this. You got to do that. You're not successful if you don't have them. I mean,
Yes.
We don't have to name what love is. And that was a good point in my that book. Like, meaning straight couples get whatever it is. Like, as a straight person, you don't need, why am I searching out? Is this the one I'm going to marry? I'm going to have kids. We don't have to name what is love. Let's experience it. right? Am I articulating that correctly?
You are exactly. It reminded me of something else that I'm going to answer to Hootless's message right here. And I still want to go back up and capture what we haven't seen, but I agree completely with the idea of us needing to figure out why it's so important to tag on to somebody and love them when, and I don't want to be like a polyamory, but like you can love many people. Why all the labels? Well, I do think labels can help us. Like I was really, really happy once I was able to label myself gay, because then I had something to belong to that accepted me. But then as you get older, you learn that, you can still be that thing. I think the issue with labels is labels help us define things, and humans need that for grouping and social order. But they're not our defining characteristic. The label just tells me something about myself. I like the color green. It's not who I am. And that's the problem with the gay, the trans labels, is that becomes who you are, not a part of you. And that's been kind of an issue for me. And
it can also lead to your own separation by doing so, I think. Like, because when I came out, I was like, oh my God, in high school, I walked down the shirt, I talked about being gay all the time. Coming out, I wore a shirt to school that said, I can't even think straight. And
Hail gay Satan. I'm not Satanist.
And I think it's good. It's natural to do that. But at the same time, you can
needed.
Isolate yourself if you continue to make that the focus of your existence, that you want everybody to know you're gay. Well, hey, it's kind of like naming stuff with the love. Get to know me. You don't have to.
It's like having
There's so much more than being gay, trans, or straight.
Here's a good example for me. It's kind of like getting one tattoo on your body, and I'm getting a rainbow heart, and that's the only tattoo. And this is just an example of the thought process for me. That rainbow heart is the only thing that you would see if I was naked. Well, you'd see other things. But from a label standpoint, you're going to see, okay, gay. But I have rainbow hearts. I have video games. I have symbols from things. I have side quest. I have a memorial tattoo. I have characters. I have things that meaning to me. I have dogs. I have spiritual stuff on my back. All of these different things could be a label in and of themselves, but when you look at them in totality, it's not. It's just this smorgasbord of things that make up who we are. And with the problem with labels is, like you said, yes, it can isolate. It can also bring you comfort because you're bringing in people who are like-minded, who you feel comfortable with. But if you go only into that, you lock yourself out of so much other things. Before I forget, though, do I think sexuality and gender identity is a biological phenomenon, or is there a spiritual and non-biological component, or is it interrelated? I absolutely believe it's interrelated. And years ago, and I wish I could still find it, I took a class, and the class was on it was a biology class, and one of my, I don't know if it was my bachelor's or my grad studies. I think it was my bachelor's degree. And the topic I chose to go through and do the research on was nature through nurture. I'm going to see if I can find the video, but it's like a really crazy backyard video of somebody talking about nature through nurture, and kind of they're engaging this idea of, is it nature, genetics, or is it nurture, your environment? Or is it the expression of nature, your genetics, through the environment that you're in? From that perspective, just those two things, I believe that. I believe very, very much that we have our nature, we have our genetics predispose us to things, and that how we are nurtured in our environment determines which some of those characteristics can come out. And so this goes along with also Robert Bly's I keep forgetting the name of the book, but I'm going to grab it in a minute. I talk about it a lot on here, but it's talking about the shadow self, the bag. As you're growing up, applying nature through nurture, so my genes they're both from my parents, but remember, genes could be from their parents too, and their parents might have been hippies, but my parents might have been assholes. They're not, but they might have been, which means I could be a hippie asshole, or a hippie, or an asshole, or something else that's in my genetics. But the way my parents bring me up is how I become who I am and how I express those genes. And then from that perspective, the things that the people around me don't like that make me feel shameful, I stuff into this bag and I carry it with me. And shadow work becomes pulling the things out of the bag and looking at them and not getting rid of them, but taking them out of the bag and putting them in a display case. I'm ashamed of being gay because my family was not comfortable with me being gay. It was a bad experience. Now as an adult, I pull out my gayness, not my anus, my gayness, and I put it on a pedestal and I examine it At that moment, it becomes a big label. I'm all about being gay. I really went forceful over it, being gay, everything. Once I've experienced that, I then put it up on the shelf and say, you know what? I'm proud of this now. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of what I've accomplished and done while having the pressure of being different on top of me. And then I go back into the bag and I pull out, I'm ashamed that I quit my job after 2 weeks because I thought I was better than that. And I examine it and I label myself a quitter, a failure. I couldn't hack it. And then I put it in the bag. And later I pull it back out of the bag and say, wait a minute, this is my allowance box. I wasn't a quitter, or maybe I'm not a quitter now, or maybe this wasn't the right environment for me. And I'm proud of that I chose myself, and I put it up on my display case. So those things that we shove away from our nature that we have locked away because we're either ashamed or didn't have the environment to grow it, now comes out of the bag, and we examine it and we deal with it through shadow work, and then we put it up to display so that we become proud of the things that make us who we are. Add all of that, bubble it up, wrap it up, and you throw in the fourth dimension, which to me is that the spiritual aspect. I 10,000% believe that our souls do not have gender. I believe that they like to express gender in this world because it allows them to experience things they might not have otherwise experienced. And gender for me is an expression of one of the Hermetic, 7, 8, I can't remember now, the Hermetic principles, where things have an inherent energy to them. Not that one's better or worse than the other, but that they are balanced, like in yin yang. And so from a spiritual perspective, I need to pull in and engage that aspect. So my spirit, my soul might come in, and my lesson for this, maybe I was a really strong warrior in a previous life. Maybe I was also a very nurturing mother in a previous life. Now I want to experience something different in the many lives, and I come in as transgender because I needed to express a part of me that I failed to express previously, and I want to re-experience this in a different way. So I don't think the spirit really drives the gender, but I think the spirit's expression in the human body drives gender. Sex, as far as male-female biology, we also know there's not just male and female. We categorize it because it's easy, but gender is a completely different thing. I believe anybody who wants to say that they are a thing and they feel that thing in their deep body, that they feel it and that they understand it, that's coming from their soul, and their soul is telling them, hell yeah, if you're a human being, you can be that. That's what you're choosing. That's your lesson. You do it. There's just so much to that. I could talk about it for hours. And a lot of my beliefs have changed in the last, I would say, 5 years. I'll be honest. I wasn't like a trans ally before because I didn't understand it. And I thought, I'll be totally transparent. If you would have asked me 5, maybe even 10 years ago, I would have said that's disgusting. Trans people are gross.
I wouldn't have said, well,
I would have.
Thank you for sharing that. I don't know if I would have.
I would have, because I just thought, like, how can anybody like want that? Because I was so deeply seated in my fear of losing my masculinity because I was a feminine guy. I have a lot of feminine qualities, and I took it out on trans people because they were choosing to be what they wanted.
Well, they were
and
comfortable.
I was jealous because I wasn't comfortable in who I was. So that's something that was in my bag I had to pull out. Why do I dislike this so much? I had to examine it, and now I put it on my thing saying, look, I'm proud to say that we have trans friends, I support trans people, and anybody who comes for them comes for us all. So
thank you for sharing that earlier, Kelvin. I just want to thank you for feeling comfortable to share that. And I looked up, I didn't know what sapiosexual was.
Loves humans.
And I finds intelligence sexually attractive or arousing. So thank you for feeling comfortable with us to share that. That's really cool.
Yep.
Interesting. I love to learn. I have never heard that term, and now I know something different. The bi, I knew what bi was, but the sapiosexual, that's cool that you would share that so we could know what that was.
Yep. I'm gonna go way back up and talk about some things that I missed.
I love this this is just this conversation. This is the whole reason I think we wanted to do this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jim and I,
5 years ago,
the platform that we're doing right now is just Discord. So if you want, we can start notifying, but Rook and I will literally be out at the Kava bar and we'll just open Discord and we'll start talking about things and start having conversations. Every second Tuesday is the book club. We're going to give it a cool name at some point. You read whatever you want, and we're just going to have a discussion about either a book, a course, a thing that we're doing.
And everybody can talk that wants to.
Everybody can talk that wants to, and if you don't want to, you just don't talk. Video
Just
on,
listen.
video off, don't care. Doesn't matter.
Listen and
We're
learn.
going to talk. We've had it where it's been just us, and like 10 people have been in, but nobody would talk, and it's just us talking back and forth. It's fine. So, is she locked up?
Who is that?
Ma
Mom?
petite. Fourth Tuesday at 8 o'clock it is, both of them, is the Mending Guild. And then randomly, we're starting to do little videos and stuff of just things we like to do, but also randomly, we're really looking at trying to just have these offline discussions, record them if people will let us, so that we can share them with other people. If you ever want to come on and speak with us on the show, we won't do it on this Sunday's thing. We've tried it before, and it just gets messy for us. But we would love to do interviews and or live shows at different times if that's something that interests you or anybody. Like, hey, let's just get on and talk. Let's do it. We'll start a random live stream and build it up. I'm going to follow up with Sam Harris. We talked about Miami BL. I just want to make sure that we hit everything that we talked about, because I know a lot of you had some really good things to say. I don't like missing stuff, and then we'll come back and catch up with.
All right, she's saved.
Where was she?
She got into the computer area but couldn't
get back out.
apparently.
Of course.
Are you going
Um,
to the tree?
talking about all. I think maybe we got everything. If I missed anything, just let me know. Yeah, Hula, same. Like, I'll be fully transparent. I'm going back to your Trump views on Trump are very complicated. Overall, not a fan. I'm more than not a fan, but I can understand some things, especially from his first presidency. I can see some things that were positive. We have had the conversation. There were some things that went well. But now I just can't. It's so all over the place. So, okay, if we missed anything, this chat is probably the most engaged we had in a long time, so I apologize. I didn't find where we left off.
I've got a fun deck today.
We do have a fun deck today. We are going to pull cards. We need to go ahead and start that process.
Hoo-hoo!
Thank you. It is hard to see. This is one I made. If this is the one you see back here, I made that. And I taught Rook how to make them.
I think I still need to finish mine.
Yeah, it's over there on the thing. It just needs to be hung. But yeah, I've been making those since I was a kid.
Yep.
Interesting thing about dream catchers is a lot of people build them as a way to keep bad nightmares from coming into your room. So they hang in the window. That is not what they were originally for. There's a completely different whole thing for them. I don't want to say it right now because I'm going to mess it up. So the real origin of them is Native American, but it's not about keeping the bad dreams out and getting good dreams in. It's really about your web connection to the greater physical world and thing. So it was just really, really, really much deeper than that. So very interesting. And thank you, Hootless. I think we've said it before. We've never really worried about getting an audience. We just like the group. We like the conversation. But the version of you seeing me on the show right now, this is what Kratom does to me. I can't have these conversations. I don't often have these kind of conversations off because my brain has a really hard time articulating what it's trying to say. It doesn't seem like it on the show a lot, but Kratom, I really attribute to that because it helps me organize my thoughts a little bit, which is one of the reasons why I think I might have some psych issues I need to have addressed someday. But anyway, we got Kelvin, Dragon, Twisted, Chaos, Tibet, Hootless.
And I have a fun little deck that I got yesterday. Some of you may have seen it. But it is the Rebel deck, the Oracle with Attitude, 0 filters, 0 bucks, all fun.
Awesome, unexplained. What time is it live? Because if so, we're going to. Me and Rook have been yelling at each other because we haven't been on your channel lives as much as we want to be.
Yeah, we want to see it.
And there's another deck that I'm waiting for. It has to do with Cyberpunk.
When is Unexplained going live today?
He just said he's prepping for a podcast this afternoon.
Woo-hoo!
Awesome. I appreciate that, Hootless. Yeah, I've been doing the Apocrypha show, which didn't used to be. It used to be the Malice Experience for 5 years. We've hit 5 years of doing our weekly show with Adius, who used to be Mr. Malice.
Yeah.
When I met him years ago.
On Twitch is when it used to be.
Yep.
Initially, that's where we were.
All he did was tarot back then.
Yeah.
And then he had a political stream.
And then we've been doing this. Did we start? I feel like we started this in 2020 due to COVID because we couldn't get together with our group, and we kind of just kept it going. Right.
7 p.m. Eastern. Okay. We will be somewhere then, so we might have to watch it not live. But I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna put it on listen.
Yeah, we'll at least listen.
You're telling us about that's the least I can do. I love to hear you.
Thank you for all the love. I love you guys sharing about the podcast. I hope you enjoy it. I'm glad you're enjoying it because we stopped it for a while and weren't going to keep doing it because I just didn't want to feel like we're proselytizing and preaching to people because I'm not the master.
We just wanted more of a
learner.
Conversation, and there was a while that was very scripted, and then now we changed and grown, and I think this is probably one of the best ones ever. I love how interactive the chat is, and we just talk.
Mm-hmm.
Conversation. That's always been my best way to interact with people.
I'm checking through just to make sure I got everybody. I have Kelvin and Dragon and Twisted. Be Hootless. So far, I haven't seen any other requests for a read.
Ooh, for Mr. Unexplained?
To Betty, yes.
Yeah.
Unexplained
yes,
got you.
Sir. And I will say this deck is very active, I guess is the word. So last night after I shuffled, this is the first time. I just got it yesterday and I used it when we went to the Kava Bar. 2 people, 3 people, 4, including myself. And they wanted a clarifier from the card that they got. I shuffled and pulled the same damn card. So this is a very in-tune deck, I feel like.
And everyone.
Hooty hoo! Ooh yeah.
All right. And then that is where you can find Unexplained. And then Tabati, if you are interested, we do cancel a lot lately for Apocrypha. But I want to plug that one too. But I wanted to plug Melvin first. That is my work phone.
Where is it? Can you grab it?
No, I'm going to take it real quick. I'll be back, guys.
Okay, let me go back to the chat. Let's see. I know that if I can get my mouse to work, good lord. Use his mouse. Ah! Sorry, let me see. Let me find. Oh, let's see what we got here. Oh. Now, what did you do? Oh, here it is. All right. I'll follow. Yay! Oh my god, Unexplained's awesome. And he also does many more things than awesome podcast. He has created tarot decks. He is an author. And I have his first tarot deck, Tarot of Neofiction. It's one of my main decks that I read with. I'm doing this one today because it's just a fun new oracle deck. But Tarot of Neofiction, Unexplained, are people still able to go and purchase a copy of the Tarot of Neofiction? And if so, do you mind sharing where they may go and do so? Back when he would do commentary. And response videos on Melinda. Oh my god. Yeah, I remember that. Sorry, now I'm catching up on them. I need my partner to pull cards, so we're just waiting a little bit on him. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Let's see. It will be live at 7 p.m. Eastern. A returning guest, and we'll be channeling an alien. Oh God, yeah. I have to do that. Sweet. Oh, not currently. I'm redoing some things. Okay. Well, if you're okay with it, I will go get my copy after our reading and just show kind of people. It's so cool. But it is one of my main decks, and so I'm glad that I snagged a copy while I could. Yes. When Cybertopian comes out. Oh, okay. So, speaking of, if you're willing to share, do you have any updates on Cybertopian Tarot? As far as release date or tentative?
Have you pulled any cards yet?
I am not. I was
Okay,
waiting
good.
on you. So who we go to first?
All right,
I'm ready.
Let me just make sure I got everybody because I'm a little scared now that I've missed somebody a few times. We added unexplained. Okay, so we'll go through. Kelvin, you are actually first, but I'm going to ask Rook Brad, to allow me to do the card first because I think his hit better when they're second.
Okay, cool.
Because yours is the one that's going to be easily memorable.
Follow your intuition.
I like it.
Follow your heart, your intuition.
Okay.
Don't I sound like an angel from the cloud in the heavens?
Mm-hmm. Angels.
Just
Angels are
kidding,
really
Dad.
scary, remember?
Oh, that's true, they are. So we're connecting to Kelvin. What does Kelvin need to know?
And it's going to take me a minute to catch up. Sorry, I had to take a work call. I have a new process where I have to do certain special reports and stuff, so I can't miss them. And
awesome.
If my team is working the weekend, so am I.
You're a good leader.
I like to think so.
What does Kelvin need to know about? Think about.
Oh, the other thing is I'm going to read. I'm going to give you what I feel from the card first. I've never used this deck. This is a Witch's Ally Oracle. Bought it yesterday at one of the local stores. And I've never used it. And it is an Oracle deck. And as you know, with Oracle decks, I tend to like to go with the author's meaning because I think they poured in their meaning to it, which is a little different than if it were I can't do that. Than if they were a tarot deck. So, it's a really neat deck. It's based on animals and quote-unquote like familiars, right? It is authored, and I'll show you the book in a minute. It's illustrated by Laura Tempest Zakroff, who is a very well-known.
Oh, my sister. Okay.
Blew the candle out. And Dodie Graham McKay is the creator. So, do you mind showing the book?
I do not.
Oh wait, I forgot I had this on. It works now.
Does it work? Oh no.
Yeah, it's enough. Let me see. A Witch's Ally. Wisdom of the Witch's Ally. Yeah, Kelvin.
How are you? I love snakes.
Oh, interesting interpretation of snakes in that book so far too. How much snakes are representative of the goddess because it's so close to the earth. I read that
too
about
somewhere.
That's in the book.
Oh, in our book, yeah, that's a good point.
Thinking about that from the standpoint
very
of
close to Mother Earth.
Garden of Eden and the snake being truth.
They're literally connected to the ground. Their whole bodies and their whole life is to the ground, unless they crawl up a tree. But all right.
All right. So Kelvin, your first card is the seal. The one thing that I get from this card before I read it is like a playful flowing movement. Like this seals are playful animals. They like to engage. They're curious. They're intelligent. They have fun, but they like to go with the flow, right? They're part of the earth and the water, so it's an emotional flowiness and goodness that comes out of it. So I get a really positive feeling from the seal. But now we're going to look him up and see what the author talks about. The author, Dodie Graham McKay, says the seal represents. I should have got my reader glasses.
You know where they are? I'll get you for them.
They're in my bag, but
I'll get you
yeah,
some.
actually.
Is my prescription close to yours?
Not prescription, but your glasses are. And I thought I had a pair in here. Sorry, guys. This is the fun part of getting older, right? I can't read the book without my reader glasses when I have my contacts in. And so we will get that. Thank you. This is the fun part, right? Getting
God,
old.
I'll go get yours.
Yeah, do the work. All right, keywords are empathy, intuition, sentimentality, and depth. Diving deep into the limitless sea, Seal is not afraid to plumb the depths of their watery domain. Seal is immersed in the emotional realm of feeling, but remains focused and agile. These semi-aquatic mammals can be found in oceans and seas around the world. Their cigar-shaped bodies, which are equipped with webbed feet and flippers, do not serve them well on land, but in water, where they spend most of their time, they're agile and graceful. Some species of seal are capable of diving to depths of 490 to even 820 feet, and being underwater for up to half an hour before resurfacing for air. Spend most of their time in the relative safety of the water, only going to solid ground to mate, give birth, and molt. Seals have dense fur and a thick layer of blubber, like me, that protects them from the cold water in which most species prefer to live. I'm not sad by it. Some folklore. Selkies are legendary creatures that look like regular seals, but have the ability to strip off their seal skin and walk on land in a human form. I did not know that.
Selkies, yeah.
Once transformed, they are irresistibly beautiful people, enchanting those who meet them. Some lore suggests they were once humans who died tragically in the ocean, only able to return under certain circumstances to dance, play, and enjoy their human bodies once more. Among the Inuit people of the Canadian Arctic, there are folktales about Kivyuk, a legendary hero and adventurer. He befriended a boy who everyone else made fun of and bullied relentlessly. His grandmother, upset by this and wanting to protect him, turned him into a seal and sent him out into the sea. Kivyuk followed him in his kayak to ensure he wouldn't get lost. When the boy's tormentors gave chase to hunt the seal boy, the grandmother conjured a great storm that swept away the bullies. Kivyuk and the seal boy returned to land, and the boy was restored to his human form by his grandmother, safe at last. Really cool, like little stories that go along with that. That's neat.
Oh yes, there's some good love-ish stories about Selkies that have shown their human form and fallen in love with humans.
Yeah, the stories of the sirens are freaking awesome too, especially in like the old epic hero stories and myths and folklore. But the seal is calling out to you, Lord Calvin. I'm going to make a plug here for one other thing that Rook and I have decided to start doing again, and that is bring back our series on the totem animal, spirit animal, and power animals.
I'm learning how to edit videos too, so
this might be one we can start with.
I think we should. Seal, and we can convert it to
the seal.
So the Rebel deck has revealed the card for you, sir. You need to know that you are the best thing to ever happen to you. Go easy on your ass. Buy your own damn drink. So, I don't know if you're feeling any kind of way, but you are the best thing that's to ever happen to you. Go easy on your ass and buy your own damn drink, Sir Kelvin.
Sounds like a little bit of self-love in there.
Self-love. Cleanse with
flame. And you don't have to rely on anybody else to do what you need to do. Yeah, don't ever do that again. All right, very interesting. These are different. I'm usually tarot. Like tarot is my heart, as most of you know. I love me some tarot. But oracle cards, I always like to I like to give my little thought on it, but I like to really give what the author, designed it for. So. Dragon is up next. Dragon Dancer.
I want to be a dragon dancer.
Ooh. Dragon Dancer, I believe, is here. Dragon Dancer's first card is the Lion, and you know where my head is going to go in this one. Straight to the Strength card in the tarot. When you're done. Every time I go to a store, I don't smoke. I get a new lighter because they disappear, and I don't know how or why, Brad.
The Fae are among us. The Fae, I say!
There's a fungus among us.
Fungus among us and a Fae in the sheets.
So, Dragon Dancer. Hootless. Before I go to Dragon Dancer, I'll be more than happy to spend some time with you on tarot. I'm obsessive of it. I love it. I love the history of tarot. I have an entire course on tarot. We are going to put it on our website one day, and we will charge for it in general. But I do not mind talking about anything in that stuff. So if you ever want to talk tarot and ways to learn it that are a little bit easier and approachable, let me know. So yes, Dragon, the Lion.
Dragon?
I go straight to the Strength card, and my phrase for the Strength card has always been the same, and it is strength through kindness. The Lion represents, and this is actually kind of going along with what I'm learning so far in the beginning of the Flowering Wand, and that is this version of strength is not about having the strong claws to rip prey apart or having a sword to fight with or aggression. The Lion's strength is about courage. It's about knowing when to do the right thing. It's about calm and quiet control of yourself and the things around you. So I always think of the Strength card, which this is representing for me right now, in that lens of the calmness and courageousness and the kindness that comes along with strength. And you all know when you see it, when you were looking at somebody who's exemplifying the word strong, we know whether that strong is through kindness, whether it's through hate or ignorance or love. And all of those things can be strong, but the strong that moves us forward in the Lion is the one that is loving and courageous. And, there's aggressive when it needs to be, right? Now the book, let's see what the book says. Oh, I love these cards. Oh, I'm definitely going to be using this in our studies.
Those pictures are the artwork.
I think I want to take them with me this week. Yeah, this is Laura Tempest Zarkov. She's actually on one of our straight. Like we've talked with her on Facebook and stuff quite a few times.
Oh, cool.
She's pretty neat. Keywords are dignity, loyalty, authority, and valor. The Radiant Lion burns with the vitality of the sun, all eyes on him, owning his glory and pride, basking in love and devotion that he evokes in others. Fitting. Goes with the string. Some natural history. Lions are apex predators, with human interference being the biggest threat to their population. They're extremely territorial, and they will roar to announce dominance, warning others not to enter their space. Roaring with other pride members bonds and unites the group, enforcing their authority. In folklore, the Egyptian goddess Sekhmet has the body of a woman and the head of a lioness, with a sun disk on her head, indicating her status as the daughter of the sun god Ra. She's recorded as both a creative and a destructive force, as a goddess of warfare and destruction, as well as medicine and healing. Imagine that. The goddess of war and destruction is also the goddess of medicine and healing. What better way can you bring strength through kindness into something? Messages from Lion. Your power and influence are not going unnoticed. Look to the matriarchs in your life for guidance and inspiration. You belong at the center stage, sharing your talent and enthusiasm.
That is a beautiful card.
It really is.
That. Dragon.
I love
that
the
is
artwork.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's really nice. So yours from the Rebel deck is very just straightforward. Winning. WINNING. You got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit. So if you think about changing anything or whatever it's saying right now, you're winning. You got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit. I don't know if you've been having questions or thoughts about changing things, but you got a good thing going. Don't ruin that shit.
I love those cards.
Who's next, titties?
Twisted.
Twisted KO. TK.
TK.
Tell them knock out this TKO. TKO. Twisted KO says TKO. To the T to the K.
Primrose.
T to the K.
Prim.
It's a good day when you read a card.
You're
T
pretty.
to the K. All right.
You're a pretty girl.
All right.
You're a
let's see
big
what
girl
she
with a
needs to
huge
know.
tail. Yes, you are.
The cards are saying make the drive. Make the drive. Just
Bless
kidding.
the cards
Hold on.
for
maybe
your
kindly?
sister. Your sister, Mama. What's her name? Twisted Chaos.
Thank you.
Who
Please bless the cards.
laid in the back with your sister Piper when we brought her home. She came with us to get you. Yeah, she did. No, you can't have my drink.
What does
I
just
love
a
you. Oh, my
need
goodness.
to know right now?
I love this dog.
Right here, right now. What does she need to know?
Right here, right now.
There is no other place I
You cannot
wanna
eat
be.
the herbs on my sister's candle. All right, Twisted. Let's see what you get. Turtle.
Ooh, turtle. Oh, it's got a baby.
Got a baby.
Got a baby.
All right. So
Or a young turtle. She's mentoring.
again, going off the top of my head, the first thing that pops into mind with just turtle in general is, as you would imagine, slow and steady, setting pace, not moving too hard, not moving too fast, and really taking in what's around you as you go, because your pathway that you're taking is full of beautiful things. You just have to go slow enough to see them, recognize them, taste them, and feel them. Let's see what the book says for turtle, though. Toy doll. There are animals in here that I never would have thought of considering as like power animals or
You can sit right here.
things
Sit
like
right
that.
here. There you go.
I'm gonna have to get you a seat.
Yeah, her wants to see what's going on.
Look at that face, y'all. Y'all probably can't see it.
I want to see the cards, motherfucks.
All right.
What's your language?
Pretty girl need better language.
Pretty girls shouldn't have ugly language like that.
Steadiness, old age, home, and retreat. The turtle is old and wise, have seen and been many things throughout the ages.
Which one?
With the skies above and the water below, turtle is all that is manifest between them. Some natural history. Oh shit, that's why I'm having a hard time. I'm telling you guys, my eyes. This group of reptiles is known for the hard shells that encase their bodies, which serve as their primary defense against predators. May I add, I did not know this, but I learned this within our Cups group, probably from either Heather or Joy, that the shell is not just a shell; it is a literal bone, part of their body structure. So please remember that when you pick up a turtle. They're mostly aquatic, with some that divide their time between land and water. The strictly land turtles are tortoises. Their lifespan varies greatly depending on the species and whether they are wild or captive, with larger ones generally living longer than smaller ones. In the wild, giant sea turtles can live between 50 and 100, while a pond slider typically lives around 30 years. In folklore, the continent of North America is called Turtle Island by some indigenous peoples, referencing creation myths, did not know that describe the earth being brought into being on a turtle's back. One Ojibwe story tells of how shape-shifting creator and trickster Nanambozo, aided by a loon and a muskrat, shaped the earth on the back of a turtle who gave the use of his shell to support life and creation. The turtle is a symbol of life, deep and ancient connections. Messages from the turtle. I love World Turtle for the win. The weight of the world does not rest on your shoulders alone. Ooh, that's big for you. Oh, that hit a twinge.
Mm-hmm.
The weight of the world does not rest on your shoulders alone.
My card connects.
Slow and methodical processes will create greater comfort and stability. Do not rush. Slow and methodical processes. The wisdom you need comes with age and maturity. That was spot on.
All right, and I love how my deck, the Rebel deck, just gets straight to the point, and it says, "You are giving too many fucks. Give 0." Hartman, I think. You are giving too many fucks. Give 0.
Look in my hand and see how many fucks I have left to give.
Oh my god, I've got to find it. A coworker one time gave me, y'all probably seen him, a little glass jar, and it's full of the word fucks. And it says fucks to give.
And you know what would be great? You find one person that's just a complete, absolute moron, and you can't stand them, and say, I don't have any left. Take them all. They're all yours. Here's all the fucks you need.
I'd love to put it on my desk, but I don't think my boss would
I wouldn't.
think that's appropriate.
Do you have your little shrine set up on your desk?
Not yet. I need a couple things. I want, there was a couple things I wanted. Oh, and I'll show it in a minute. I want my heart I got yesterday, my pyrite heart. And then I want
Your little...
a bowl of salt.
Oh, well, we need to get a little crystal bowl then while we're out today.
Yes, and some salt. wonder
I have
which-
Himalayan pink salt.
Perfect. That will work. And I wonder where to place it. I had it when I had TB.
To Batty, that's hilarious.
TB is the boss. I had it on my desk, but I wonder if I have to see what energetically feels right. Energetically, where to put it.
Be
Yes, I need a
Hootless.
bowl.
Be Hootless is up next.
Be Hootless. Oh, that's Hootie.
I want to get the bowl. I want to get a bowl for you. I like wooden ones. Like I can get an olive bowl like that one. Or in round instead of long, or like a hoof bowl, a turtle shell bowl, which I don't really like unless it's naturally obtained, or like the like granite bowls are really cool. I usually use those for burning things though.
Thank you.
We'll look around.
I really need to get one. And then, do you have any more of these black tea lights?
We have a whole case of them.
And what I'm studying, thank you. I need this for my desk because that is the Star Goddess's candle, a black candle. It can be an LED one, but all right. So, Hootless, hooty hoo. What is Hootless hoo? Need to know.
Crow.
Oh, I love crows.
Yes.
She's got a worm or something.
String.
A string.
So a couple of things in this one that I see. First of all, is obviously the crow's corvid family. We all know, very meaningful in the magic world. This is a representation of strength, purity, and cleaning. Think of the plague doctor masks, right? And the idea that it has the ability to convert things and create things in its own way when people think it's not supposed to. The crow has a red string in their mouth, and red string is very, very spiritual, often representing our connection to the other world and to the lands beyond, and being able to see in two different areas and spaces or multiple different areas. And the crow is taking all these baubles and trinkets and putting it into their nest. What we know now, crows, ravens, and other corvids remember faces of people who are kind to them and who are mean to them, and is offering you this red string because you have been kind to the animals. You've been kind to the crow, and the crow is recognizing that they enjoy your presence and that they are seeing things and helping you see things from a different perspective. So that's my take on the crow when I see it. Let's see what Dodie and Laura say about the crow.
Hold on, Tina.
Crow appears with a message in their beak. Changes, forks in the road, or just an illusion? What does your future hold? Keywords are destiny, change, and foresight. The jet black birds are from the genus Corvus, as are ravens, but crows are distinctly different from their larger cousins. Intensely curious and intelligent, capable of learning words, much like parrots, they're attracted to interesting objects and will steal things that catch their eye. They have tight-knit family networks. Young crows stay near their parents for 5 to 6 years, making their way in the world their own. They're omnivores, foraging for berries and dining on carrion. Folklore. As carrion eaters often found scavenging meals from human or animal corpses, crows are associated with omens of death and destruction. Sometimes it may be the number of crows you see that tells the story. One crow may be a sign of bad luck, particularly flying over and landing on your roof. Seeing 2 may be good, or 3 may foretell death or for a wedding. The presence surrounding a home in parts of Mexico is said to mean that the woman living there is a witch. Well, that's dangerous. The Greek god Apollo had a lover named Coronis who became pregnant with his son. Apollo was often absent during her pregnancy, so Coronis had an affair with a man named Ischus. Apollo was furious and sent his sister Artemis to kill Coronis. After her death, Apollo felt remorse, and after retrieving his son from her body, she was placed among the stars as the constellation Corvus the Crow. Interesting. Messages from Crow. Someone is trying to trick or deceive you. Be aware of the motive of others. Prepare for sudden change. Or how you react to events determines your future. You have control over yourself and your destiny. Interesting.
So, Twisted Chaos not only did Prim bless your cards, but she also chose it with her little nose. So, and Hootless, Matulevis, Tina, and Piper blessed your cards, and Tina energetically selected your card, which says simply, you do you. Stop trying to change others, or stop trying to change people. That shit never works. You do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. Thank you, Tina and Piper, for your lending your energy to the cards. You did a good job, Tina.
Tina helped.
She busted
Unexplained is next up. If there's,
UP.
if there's anybody we missed,
You
now's
down
the
with UP?
time.
Yeah, you know me. I'm down with UP. Yeah, you know me. That is a much nicer name than that. OPP. I'm down with UP.
Yep, I have it there. So Threads of I can't remember if the Threads of Fate is the main name of it or the secondary name because they have 3 or 4 decks. I think they're all called Threads of Fate, and one is like
Ooh, Tabati.
messages. I can't remember them. They're in my other room, but I will get them.
You got it, Tabati. Tabati, excuse me. We will cook for you after Unexplained.
Unexplained,
What
and then
does
to Betty.
Unexplained know?
Yeah, I'm not used to. Oh shoot, I'm shuffling without the crow. I'm not used to reading from Oracle as much, but these are pretty cool. Pretty cool. I enjoy this.
What does Unexplained need to know? Oh, good Lord of mercy.
All right.
Oh my God.
Vulture. Unexplained gets the Vulture. So what I get from the Vulture, my first thought is making do with what you have when resources are scarce. It's recognizing opportunity and being able to find things. A lot of people associate vultures really negatively with like scavengers, but what they're really doing is using what's available and ensuring that everything that is needed is used, right? So yeah, they're scavengers and carry-on, but this is what helps the cycle of life continue through processing that what many people find or many would say is unusable and making it into something that's usable. Energy for flight, for existence. So the Vulture gives me vibes of like transmutation, I would say. Now the book says the Vulture is representing of exhaustion, rebirth, transmutation, and rest. The mighty wings of Vulture can bear the weight of great responsibilities, but is equally the nurturing parent raising you up and the formidable guide taking you to your death. Natural history, vulture species are divided into 2 groups, Old World, found in Europe, Asia, Africa, and New World in North, South America. Acute sense of smell. Old World vultures depend on their eyesight to follow cues, New World smell. All of them are carrion eaters, feeding mainly on carcass, but will also opportunistically eat other things. Most species have evolved bald heads, which help make it cleaner and easier to reach inside a carcass. They tend to mate for life, which I have heard before, pretty cool. Raising chicks together, breeding once every year or 2, and usually producing only 1 or 2 chicks at a time. From a folklore perspective, the goddess of ancient Egypt, Nekhbet, I said that right, Nekhbet, is depicted as a vulture or as a woman with the head of a vulture, often with her wings outstretched as a sign of her maternal and protective nature. She's also seen as a psychopomp, guarding and guiding souls as they cross into the afterlife. In ancient Greek culture, vultures were considered a bad omen due to their presence circling above battlefields, looking for corpses and an easy meal. They became associated with Ares, the god of war. Messages from the vulture? The past is holding you back. Let it rest and start fresh. The bond you had with someone dear who has died is still strong, and you will continue to have that connection whenever you need it. The level of grief you are feeling is a reflection of the love that you felt before things changed. That is, I like that one. The level of grief you are feeling is a reflection of the love that you felt before things changed.
Wow, nice. And thank you to Betty for your insight.
Oh.
All right, and the Rebel deck says to you and explain, get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart, it misses you. Get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart, it misses you.
What was the phrase that I shared this week that we liked? Thoughts. What was it? Thoughts are the messages of the mind. Feelings are messages of the body.
Yep.
That actually came from Maya Bialik, one of their podcasts too. With the idea being that what you think is how your mind communicates, but what you feel is how your body communicates to you from its memory. and you should listen to what your body thinks. So listen to your feelings, getting out of your head and into your body, into the world. Ooh, that rewiring your brain, guys. It's a really good episode.
It is.
We have Tabati next, right?
Tabati, yeah.
All right, Tabati's last on our list. If I missed you, my sincerest apologies. We'll add you on here.
Yes, and if anybody else would like one,
I wish I could find a bot that could do it for me. Okay, these will not shuffle.
Yeah.
Let's get on my nerves.
What does Tabati need to know? Oh, I'm supposed to cross left over right. Left over right. All right. The Star Goddess is with us. What does Tabati need to know?
The Heron. All right. Tabati, the Heron,
Beautiful.
for me, is it's a really common and beautiful representation of a ecosystem that's all working together and comforting. It's having an environment that's being protective and considerable to you. It's the ability to walk in two different areas. They're walking on land and water, and in air. So you've got all three areas here represented in the Druidic sea, air, and land trifecta. Herons, just to me, are very majestic, and usually when you see the heron, it's almost always in a marsh because that's like their habitat, but it's always in an environment that really is like, oh, that's just beautiful nature. There's not anything you can say. I was like, it looks very peaceful. It looks very calm and engaged. So let's see what the book says about the heron.
I saw many of those at Ding Darling.
Yeah,
At Stanabel.
I want to go there. I've never been.
Very nice. Yeah, we should go.
Understanding practicality, clarity, and efficiency, the heron wades among the liminal space of the shallow water by the shoreline. That's exactly what I was just saying. Love it. Mindfully selecting the prey they wish to catch, their long legs carefully carrying them through the weeds, wings ready to lift them up. From a natural perspective, herons are distinctive birds with stilt-like legs and a long, graceful neck. They're pronounced when they fly, with their legs trailing behind them and their necks retracted as opposed to stretched out in front of them. They are considered water birds, but they don't swim, instead wading through shallow waters, fresh or salt, eating a carnivorous diet of mostly fish, frogs, reptiles, small mammals, and birds. They're vigilant and patient hunters. From a folklore perspective, in ancient Egyptian myth, Bennu bird, a magical gray heron, carried the soul of the sun god Ra. An epithet of the Bennu is he who came into being by himself, and its cry signaled the beginning of time. The Bennu rises each morning, symbolizing life, but it is also seen as a symbol of death and rebirth. In British lore, the heron is often considered a bird of ill omen, especially for travelers when hunting the bird believed to bring bad luck. In Ireland, it was said a heron flying over a house meant someone from the house was about to die, and its call was a warning of bad weather. However, a heron landing on the roof of a house was a good sign of luck for those living there. Messages: take your time to hunt for exactly what you need. Wade slowly into the situation, be patient, and take stock of the variables before acting, and be absolutely clear in those values and beliefs that you hold as sacred and do not compromise.
All right.
The
Absolutely. Gemini rain day today. We sure can. Confirmation number. Yes, we can.
So sure.
All right. So, Miss Tabati, the Rebel deck says to you, take a fucking trip. Go see some shit. Do some new things and talk to people cooler than you. Take a fucking trip. Go see some shit. Do some new things. Talk to people cooler than you. You probably think you're cooler than me. The designer shades and just hide your face and running around like cooler than me. All right, this is confirmation for Gemini rain day today.
Gemini rain.
Searching you up. Everyone's eyes that you can see. Probably think that you're cooler than me.
Badger.
All right.
Oh. So the badger, first thing that comes to mind is this really deep, intense connection to parenting and to motherhood and to denning. So creating space in your world that's really comfortable and encasing, and it really is speaking to needing and developing a strong connection with earth and grounding. So whatever it has, we need this super grounding in place. Now the book says about the badger, which by the way is one of my favorite animals. I'm getting these back on so I can see. Persuasiveness, enterprise, drive, and earthiness. So I got a couple of those. Okay. Deep within twisting chambers, the badger rests. Content with seclusion, they know that their clan is nearby. With many openings to the outside world, Badger has many options in and out and is prepared to stand fast and defend any one of them. Some natural history. There are about 15 types of badgers around the world, most popular being the American and European. Which is hilarious when you see them compared. If you Google funny comparisons of the American and European badger, which we're going to look up next as soon as we're done here.
Badger.
It's not that one.
Oh.
It's hilarious. The physique of the badger is distinctive. Short-legged, squat, black and white faces. Badgers are mainly nocturnal and will shelter during the day in their elaborately constructed underground homes called setts, which they dig up with their strong legs and claws. Setts can extend for up to 300 or more feet of tunnels and caves. That is humongous. Carefully lined with leaves and grass that they keep fastidiously clean. Generations of badgers may construct and inhabit the same set over many decades. Did not know that. That's cool.
Oh.
If threatened, they can be fierce and formidable fighters standing their ground against any enemy. From folklore, as devoted home builders, they are associated with the comforts of home and hospitality, as seen in Kenneth Grahame's classic The Wind in the Willows, where a reclusive badger is willing to warmly receive guests into his comfortable home when they show up. The appearance of a badger crossing your path behind you is good luck. Crossing in front may bring the opposite. Badger's cry is a portent of doom.
Oh.
As this early 19th rhyme should indicate, should one hear a badger call and then an ullet owl cry, make thy peace with God, good soul, for thou shalt shortly die.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So we didn't hear him calling. We just see him. He's in front of us. Messages: prioritize being on your own right now. Make time only for very special guests. Domestic projects around the home will give you long-term comfort and security, so build your nest. Giving up is not an option. Dig deeper to find the cause of the option. The root of the issue. I don't know where cause of the option came from. The root of the issue. All right. Badger.
All right, and so Batty, we would love that, but I would say we're equitably cool. Equally cool. We would love to anytime hang out. All right, Gemini rain day today. The card for you is rebel. Because fuck it. So, rebel.
He kicked the bucket.
Rebel.
Fuck
because fuck it.
I like that.
So mine definitely aren't very sweet cards. They're very direct, but
incredibly sorry for your loss.
Sorry for your loss.
If you don't mind, we can add you to our upcoming Tuesday Mending Guild. We're doing anything that anybody wants, out loud or in quiet, depending on how people want it. So what we'll do,
but only with permission.
Only with permission, of course. That's why I asked. We're going to have the meeting, and what we've done in the past is play a little bit of music, some healing type music. Use a little bit of our Reiki training, because both of us are Reiki trained. Anybody else who has it, they can of course come in too as well. Find a good poem or chant to kind of discuss and review with us about healing. And then anybody who wants to talk can. If you're not comfortable or don't want to talk, then you just put it in the Discord channel under our healing Reiki request, and we'll add you and speak on your behalf. Or what other people have done is just said, hey, I'm having a hard time. Can you say something or think of me? And then we'll light candles and kind of just sit together and talk. Very good experience. We haven't done a good one in many years, but it's a process we stole from one of our online schools. That went really well. I missed that.
Absolutely.
We're very, very sorry for that loss. That's got to be incredibly painful.
Mother of all. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We would only do that with permission.
Only with permission.
I miss
And then if
doing
there's
that.
any desire to actually have some distance Reiki or Reiki healing, we're 100% on board with that too. We're both, we've gone all the way through all 3 levels of master training with 2 different trainers, 3 total between us. He went through 1 person, and then another person. We went through 2 people, and I went through 2 people. The
Oh
second
my
one was the
gosh,
same.
yeah. The one that I went through a very powerful witch, and when she tuned me after the class, like I could feel like, ooh, I could just feel like crazy energy in a good way.
I mean, I'll share my main person. This one is my sister, who was recently diagnosed with breast cancer with some minor spread. So I think they feel like they caught it in time. But I know I talked about it earlier, but I dressed my candle in healing herbs, but I also put a sigil on it that represented her and connected her to the sigil. I'll have a chant that I'm going to do. And then I demarcated a line, which is a practice I like to do, on the candle that goes all the way around. Then it says the illness cannot pass this line. So cancer can't cross the line. Now, as we know, what we're really battling isn't the cancer itself. It's the pain and discomfort and emotional worry and all that stuff. That's what we're going to address. So if anybody would like that, we will dress a candle for you and burn it on our thing.
And we really do, like, it's not just we're saying, oh, we're sending positive energy from the universe. We really do dress a candle so it can, manifest that energy out into the universe. So we're glad to do so if that would be helpful. And when is that again?
That is this Tuesday. It's
Tuesday.
the 4th Tuesday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
And so I'll be away. I'll be in Houston, actually. Tuesday, Houston. I'll be in. I'll be in Houston.
I really want to check out that Sam Harris.
Yeah, we're gonna check out Sam Harris.
Sweet. Okay. And
we need to get our closing. We used to have a good closing screen, but it's
gonna
going
update
away.
that. Yeah, we're gonna update it. And is Satan and Coffee happening today? Do you know? Or Adios?
I don't know. I'm gonna plug the channel, so if you want to go over and check. So, Apocrypha is every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, that is on the channel Adios Dade. Apocrypha is Voices of the Hidden. We talk about similar stuff to this, but more from a left-hand path Satanist point of view. I'm not Satanist, but I say that only because it's neat to have the different perspectives, and I can't tell you how much I have learned from left-hand path that I have pulled into my path. So if you're interested, you can certainly do that. Hootless, I'm his co-host for that show, so you will catch us there every Saturday. We do cancel quite a bit. We canceled last night. Unfortunately, he's got a new baby. I'm the Satan daddy. So they've got a lot going on with him, and then of course sometimes I'm not feeling well, so we do cancel periodically. I would say we do 80% of the show times, and I usually am at a kava bar when I do them. I usually am at one of our local kava bars. Streaming as the co-host, and Rook gets on them a lot when he's not running behind. Yeah. You'll see us on there quite a bit. It's a really great place to learn some stuff. And even though Adios comes across, and if he's watching, this is funny, comes across a lot more aggressive, I think because he wants to. He's not.
He's not.
He's really softy.
Yeah. Thank you, Gemini Rain.
Thank you for that.
She gave permission, so I made a note just so that we can do a candle for that. And we're really glad that you stopped by and spent some time in Nahi School.
Yeah.
So very happy to have you. So our initial topic, just to put in a key, which is fine because this is exactly how we want it. So the illusion of isolation.
You know what we'll do? Not to cut you off, we'll make a video and post it instead.
Sounds good. It's about just the feeling I think we all feel. I call it the world of agreements, and we'll do it in the video, but the world of agreements was in a Hedgewitch book that I read about. And it's a concept that what everybody is putting out that you should do, by the house, have a home, the cars, all this, which is not real reality, but it is our physical reality. It talks about how you can feel disconnected, and the illusion of isolation kind of kind of goes into a little bit more detail about that. So
Have
we'll
you
do a
ever-
video on that.
Have you ever read the Four Agreements?
I have not read the Four Agreements.
You have to now.
Four Agreements. I will
Very,
do that.
very good book. You guys have probably heard of it. It's really common.
We should do a video on it.
We
after
should do a video on it. Yeah.
So we'll
Okay.
be working on a video. That is our next one for the illusion of isolation.
Wherever we go today, we'll go an hour early and get started on
We'll do
that.
it. That sounds good.
Okay, we have a new plan for the day.
Oh, and Hulis read that last year. Cool.
Yes, it's a good one. I had to read it more. Like I have to refer back to it a lot because I don't remember a lot of what it was. I actually literally was in. I was in Norfolk Airport for a Virginia Beach meeting with the company, and I was coming back through the airport, and I had the book and I was reading it while I was walking up to the line, the gate, because I just couldn't put it down. And a lady pulls up beside me, looks up at me, she's like, "Are you reading the Four Agreements?" I'm like, "Yep, same book." So she was holding the same book, and we're like at the same chapter. It was so funny.
You know, synchronicity stuff.
Yep,
I want
have
to do
that
a
one too.
whole video on this, synchronicities and stuff.
You should.
It's
Add it
just
to our list.
crazy what the universe shows us and connects us because
Add it to the list.
you can't plan it. Like, I want to do a video on it because the most recent example to me was a couple months ago. I had to go to Michael's to get some supplies to do a craft, a tabard. And when I went in there, like, the person that assisted me at Michael's, he saw my tattoo that said Rook Tempest. His name badge said Rook. I said, "Is that your name?" And he goes, "Yeah." He said, "What does that mean?" He said, "Because I'm Wiccan, and so is my family." And so we just connected and talked. And it's like, I couldn't have planned that any better. So we need to let me write that down. So videos, I'm going to put it right here. Videos, illusion of isolation.
Yeah, it's not the exact same concept, but is closely related to what he's talking about. I just find that whenever somebody talks about agreements, you can always kind of track it back to one of those two books.
The Four Agreements, right?
It's the Four Agreements and the Fifth Agreement. I have both of them in the back. There's actually 3 or 4. I think some of them are written by the guy's son, or I don't know. I get confused, but I'm hyper now.
You know, this is just so awesome. We appreciate you all for spending time on the Sunday, for your energy,
My
your
highlight of the week.
conversation, your interaction. It really helps me because I've been working more, like this past week, to do more. Spend a few minutes of magic every day, whether it's just lighting a candle or singing a little chant, and that has made me feel better. And this conversation feels better. So thank you all for stopping by today.
Yep. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk more. We have some videos that we've saved up now. We'll start putting out some content that way. And yeah, thank you very much. You'll have a great rest of your day. Share the channel out to whoever you want.
And if you have any questions, thoughts, anything,
Discord.
feel free to put it in our Discord. We'll check and respond. And just thank you all, magical people.
Yep. We have 2 Discords, by the way. This one is our magical one. And if you like to play video games, we have another one. Just let us know.
And check out Unexplained Possibilities live stream. What was
7
the time?
o'clock
7
today.
p.m.
Eastern
time. So if you're in other
I'm
parts of
excited.
the world, that would be 4 p.m. But Eastern time is 7 p.m.
One thing I didn't talk about today that I really wanted to and I forgot is I got to finish one of my classes, and I'm now in an advanced metaphysics class that's really, 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 really cool. And they talk about a lot about aliens. And one of the next classes that I'm going to take in this school is about aliens and paranormal investigation.
Sweet.
I'm excited.
Bye.
See you there. Y'all have a great day.
Hail Santa.
Hail Santa.
I don't know if I'm...
Now I'm going to do some training, y'all.
what school? Ooh, yeah. It's a really cool school. It's a metaphysical humanist kind of school. It's so awesome.
It's one of those you get out what you put into it. You can either sail through it and get nothing, or you can actually do the work and actually get something out of it. So you're going to hear us talking a little bit because I'm teaching him how to close the stream out. But thank you. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you all,
Most likely.
folks.
So, no, sorry. We won't see you next Sunday.
Or if it is, it'll be later, but probably we'll put a video out
Yeah.
in lieu of because we have a sound healing.
We have a sound healing that we're doing at Cava, at Roots. In, I don't know what time, but it's at Roots in Cape Coral if anybody wants to go, if you're willing to come down that far.
So we'll definitely put out a video for Sunday and then be back the following Sunday.
It's our
the
Twisted
2nd.
Sunday school that we normally do on the last Sunday or Sunday, but we had to move it because they're out of town, and so it's going to be March 1st. So we'll see you guys there. We're not allowed to stream it because it's somebody's paid event, but
Oh, yeah.
anyway, bye. Thanks.
Stay magical, motherfuckers.